Eagle Strike is the fourth Alex Rider book. It could be the best book of the series so far. I know I said that last time. I enjoyed book 3 more, but this is a better book as it's more intense and personal. The stakes are higher because Alex is actually invested in the spy mission for once. It's not just a job he's being forced into doing. But don't worry, we still get plenty of Alex being a surly teenager and reluctant hero.
Argofunk Book Review, Argofunk Book Review.
Alex is on vacation in France with Sabina Pleasure and her family. He sees Yassen Gregorovich, the man who killed Alex's uncle. Yassen is here on another murder mission. Alex doesn't want to get involved, but he has to, because otherwise it'd be a boring book. By coincidence, Yassen's target is Sabina's father. That's a pretty huge coincidence, if you ask me. Yassen blows up the place where they're staying. Alex flies into a rage and sneaks onto Yassen's boat to get revenge. He grabs a gun and points it right at Yassen's head, but Yassen doesn't even blink. He's a pretty cool customer, and throughout the entire book, it feels like Yassen is secretly trying to help Alex succeed. Alex is captured and thrown into an elaborate death trap. He's dressed up as a bullfighter and forced to fight a bull. An assassin waits in the audience, just in case Alex survives. The bull almost kills Alex twice, and he escapes by using a bullfighting sword on the assassin's shoulder. Alex's only clue is a phone number he found on Yassen's boat. It belongs to today's culprit, Damian Cray. Cray is a famous singer who spends most of his time doing charity work. He has such a great reputation, the spy masters refuse to believe he's guilty of anything. They also make Alex out to be a liar when he tells Sabina about his life as a spy. Making him look bad in front of his sort of girlfriend? Harsh. Alex gets up close and personal with Cray at a video game event. Alex tests out Cray's new game in front of a bunch of reporters. It sounds like a cool game. You have to explore a giant Mayan temple that's filled with deadly traps. Cray doesn't want people to think the game is too easy, so he subtly sabotages Alex into losing. It's probably the only time he's subtle. After this, Cray becomes cartoonishly evil, much like the villains in previous books. Seeing someone die makes him so giddy he bounces up and down and claps his hands. He's so obviously evil, it's amazing he managed to fool the world into thinking he's a hero. Alex looks into why Cray tried to kill Sabina's father. The father and his partner were investigating Charlie Roper, a high-level NSA agent. Roper is selling government secrets to Cray. Cray tried to cover up his illegal deal by killing the witnesses. And since we haven't had an action scene in a while, some assassins show up to finish the job. The partner is killed and Alex barely escapes by jumping off a building into a small construction tube. Cray is currently in a well-protected facility in Amsterdam. Alex breaks in with a clever trick. He sees Cray with Roper. Roper gives Cray a flash drive with top-secret codes for $2 million. Cray murders him with the money, dropping 40 million nickels on him at once. Just like before, Alex is caught and put into an elaborate death trap. This time, it's a real-life reproduction of the video game from earlier. Alex survives by doing things he couldn't do in the game. He fakes his own death to fool the guards. Then he steals the flash drive and escapes the facility. Of course, there's a high-action chase scene. The villains kidnap Sabina and hold her hostage. Alex thinks he can save her by double-crossing Cray. That doesn't work because Cray is more than willing to kill Sabina to get the flash drive. Cray gives a grand villain speech which explains his plan. He wants to get rid of drugs by hijacking the United States military and bombing drug production sites all over the world. Cray's video game business was a cover for the plan, and the codes on the flash drive are the final step. Cray brings Sabina and Alex with him when Operation Eagle Strike starts, because of course he wants two random teenagers tagging along for his important scheme. He creates an emergency so bad, Heathrow Airport has to be evacuated. That makes it easier for Cray and his soldiers to hijack Air Force One, the plane belonging to the President of the United States. From there, Cray launches all of the missiles. Cray gloats that he succeeded. Sabina starts insulting him because she's awesome like that. Cray orders Yassen to kill her. When Yassen refuses, Cray shoots both Yassen and Alex. Luckily, Alex has a bulletproof vest. I guess Yassen doesn't. He knew soldiers would be shooting at him that day. You'd think he would have brought some protection. A big fight erupts. Sabina opens the door that prevents the plane from taking off. When Cray's knocked onto a drink cart, Alex pushes it out the door. Cray is instantly killed by the plane's giant engines. So this is the second time Alex has murdered the culprit in a big fight. With his dying breath, Yassen tells Alex that his father was a contract killer. He says Alex should find Scorpia in Venice in the next book. The Spy Masters wrap up all the loose ends, as always, and Sabina leaves the country. Oh, now she can't become Alex's girlfriend. The end. Post-book follow-up. This book reflects a change for the series. Up till now, the books have mostly been standalone novels that you can read in any order. Now we're getting storylines and characters who appear across multiple books. It works well. I enjoyed seeing Yassen reappear and getting some closure for him. I'm interested in seeing what happens next when investigating Alex's father. It seems that Alex will do this mission without the blessing of MI6, just like in this book. It changes the dynamic when Alex is more of a rogue secret agent. This book is our introduction to Alex's caretaker, Jack Starbright. She's been mentioned in every book of the series, but this is the first time she's appeared in multiple scenes. She doesn't do much besides get indignant on Alex's behalf and take him to various places, but it is still nice to see her for the first time. She lives with Alex. We should have seen her a lot sooner. Overall, it's a great book. It feels like a big turning point for the series. Like I said at the start, I enjoyed book 3 more, but this is a better book. I read one of the author's action books for adults, and this is basically the same level of quality. He does not hold back. I give Alex Rider number 4, Eagle Strike, a 10 out of 10.